The Thrivehood Podcast is a relevant life roadmap for boys and young men who want to thrive as they mature into manhood. I'll be your host, Tim Williams, and welcome to Thrivehood. Hey guys, welcome in. Pull up a chair, put up your feet, and let's have some guy talk, shall we? Yes, we shall. Hey, recently I was approached by someone that had an interest in knowing what my thoughts were as it relates to what I'm thankful for. And Josh Hatcher is the host of a podcast called Manlihood ManCast. Manlihood ManCast. Check it out. I think you'll like it. He asked me this question and he said, hey, would you just share some thoughts and I'll put it on my podcast. And I love the idea so much that I said, I'm actually going to steal this idea and I'm going to do a short little podcast episode for Thanksgiving week on it. And I told him that I would give him credit for it. So again, Josh Hatcher and his Manlihood ManCast, you can check him out. So as I was thinking through this, of course, there are a number of things that I'm thankful for, right? I'm thankful for my wife, my kids, my family, my friends, extended family. I've got a roof over my head, food on the table. I got my health. I got some money in the bank. Future looks bright. And while I don't want to minimize those things, I really wanted to think in terms of, is there anything maybe on a deeper scale, on a deeper level? And I came across 3 reasons why I'm grateful for life struggles. Now, before I'd go any further, I'm sure there's some guys out there going, what? The dude likes problems? What is wrong with him? Let me clarify. No one in their right mind is going out looking for problems, right? I don't get up every morning and get ready for work and kiss my wife goodbye and on the way out saying, well, honey, let's see how many trials and tribulations I can find myself in today, right? That's ludicrous. I don't do that. However, life is going to throw curveballs at us. We're going to have stumbling blocks. We're going to have hurdles that we have to overcome. That's just how life is. And as I thought about this, I realized, you know what? These struggles have made me into the man that I am today. And also how I have responded to those struggles was very, very important as I've gotten older. So let's go through 3. There's several. I could mention several, reasons why, but just for the sake of this episode, I want to narrow it down to 3. The first one is challenges build character, right? If we choose to rise to the occasion, we're going to find out something really soon. We're going to find out what we're made of, right? And we either like what we see, are not sure about what we see, or we can't stand what we see about ourselves, right? Where we don't really know. Well, that's what challenges do. They begin to sort of help us sort of dig down a little deeper and find out more about who we are. And as a result of that, we can become stronger, right? We build character. We build character traits. Perseverance, resiliency. We are able to become stronger, and it helps us grow as we get older. We also learn how to adapt during those times, right? We're able to understand, as life is always changing and there's constant challenges and can be a lot of turmoil in our lives. Sometimes we can learn some of the ways to respond to that and adapt accordingly. And then also, after we sort of get through a challenge, we have developed some skills we didn't have before. Number 2. Challenges lead to greater confidence. Once we've overcome that trial, we can take pride in knowing sometimes we just survived. Is that not true? Sometimes it's just getting through it. Sometimes it's just surviving is the thing. And, I think sometimes we just take some mental victory laps and yeah, that's cool. And celebrating the wins. Man, I think that's so true. I don't think we do that enough. I don't think when we come through something, man, we should celebrate the victory. We should enjoy it. If you've come through something and you've come through a challenge, man, celebrate it. Go out and, have dinner and a movie or enjoy it and share it with your friends on social media and let them share in the victory, man. I think that's important. And I think that's something we don't do enough of. And then also along the same lane of of building confidence, what we have now done is we have gained some knowledge that we can use in the future. It's something that we can recall later, possibly, if we're coming up a challenge or a circumstance that maybe is similar or a little similar to what we've had in the past. We can recall and say, I remember a little bit about this. It may not be the same. The challenge may not be the same. Circumstances may not be the same. But in general, I think I can manage this. I think I'm going to be able to come through this. And then third and lastly is challenges can turn us into teachers. And here's what I mean by that. After we've come through a life setback of some kind, we can now share our story and be an encouragement to the human race. Sometimes when we find ourselves in a situation and we've come through it, I know this has been true for me. And later down, whether that's weeks, months, or years down the road, I may run into somebody and they're explaining a situation that's very similar to mine. Guess what? I have just now been put in a position of maybe helping educate this person, giving them a little direction, giving them a little bit of wisdom or advice, not trying to run their life, but simply just trying to help them out a little bit. Hey, I understand what you're going through. I went through this similarly myself, and would you mind me sharing a little bit about this? I sort of liken it to an analogy of a boxer, right? He's fighting in the ring, and he's been beat up pretty good, and then, man, he just gets walloped. Bam! Down on the mat he goes, and the only thing that saved him is the bell from, being totally taken out, and he crawls back to his corner. It's the 13th round out of 15 rounds, and his team puts him back on the little chair there, the stand, and they wipe him off. They dry him off. They get the sweat off him, splash him a little bit of water in his face, give him some water. They put some of that salve on his face. They sort of try to help fix up some of the cuts as best they can, close the wounds. They rub his neck a little bit and they pat him on the back. And the bell rings and they get him up and they say, okay, buddy, get back out there, And he's saying to himself, are you nuts, man? That's what we can be. We can be a support system. We can come alongside people and help them and encourage them through similar situations. Look, I have to say there are a number of nonprofit organizations that have been created literally out of this very thing. Someone has either gone through, or they've had a close family member, a friend that's gone through something, or they've just seen something, an injustice or something that they feel is not right. And guess what? Boom, they're ready to help the rest of the world. That's literally how a number of nonprofits begin, is simply by seeing something that someone has gone through or themselves, and they now want to help others. So I hope that was an encouragement to you guys. Look, life is going to throw you curveballs. There's no way around that. But if you will embrace the pain, as my father-in-law likes to say, if you'll actually embrace the pain, be willing to work through it, get you some support people, get some people around you to support you, ask for help. Don't not ask for help. Sometimes you just need help. You'll get through it, and you will come out the other end a better person than you were before you entered. By the way, guys, I hope you and your family have a good holiday. Happy Thanksgiving, and until next time, stay strong, guys.